Scenes from Kenosha, Wisconsin overnight. On breaking news that city in Wisconsin erupted in protests overnight after a video surfaced on social media that's showing once again a police shooting. A young black man, shot in the back in this occasion several times, according to multiple reports. So those are the protest scenes overnight. Want to show you what it's been looking like this morning. Just earlier this morning, you can see the police in a line with their riot gear, just at attention right now, no interaction with the protesters, but this is what it looks like in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Updated condition we know on the young man who was shot in this, and Laura McQuillan continues to track the latest developments. Laura?
Good morning, Heather. The man shot, we are now learning, in a serious condition in hospital after what unfolded. And you can see just in the past couple of hours, still a tense sort of scene on the streets of Kenosha. What we do know, very much of it has come from an online video, and what we're learning since that was posted. I do want to warn you, you may find the video disturbing, but we are going to play it for you. What you'll see is the man in it. He is being filmed from across the street. If we could bring the video up, it shows him walking away from police around his SUV. You see him emerging there. Police with guns drawn as they follow him. He's going to his driver's side door. One grabs him by the back of his shirt, and then police appear to fire several shots at him from behind. In that video, which we have frozen, there are 7 shots that can be heard. Now, this man was named by Wisconsin's governor last night as 29-year-old Jacob Blake, and a photo of him was released by his family. You see him there with his young sons. The Kenosha Police Department says Blake is now in serious condition in hospital, as I mentioned. Those officers involved have been placed on administrative leave. What we know about what led up to this, well, very few details up until now. Police say they were responding to a domestic incident, but witnesses say that Blake had just broken up a fight and he did not appear to be armed, so it's not clear why he was being targeted by police. We do know, though, that Wisconsin's Department of Justice is now investigating all of this, and they'll eventually hand off a file to a prosecutor who will decide whether those officers should face charges. Heather?
Laura, come back to with me these scenes that we were just showing, our first look at this, the images from overnight, the protests that erupted, obviously fire set through the community, a lot of anger there. What kind of things are we seeing in Kenosha?
Right, so hundreds were marching last night at 2 separate scenes. There was the police headquarters, but also the scene where the shooting took place, and some confrontations between the officers guarding that scene and those demonstrators overnight. You can see the scale of some of the damage, hearing about garbage trucks set on fire, buildings vandalized. There was tear gas used to disperse those protesters early this morning. A couple of other pieces of reaction we're seeing, including from a cousin of Jacob Blake, who posted on Twitter saying that he's out of surgery and in intensive care. It goes on to say that they will not excuse the actions of the police department, but that Jacob's mother is asking everyone to remain peaceful in those protests. Also, an update from a lawyer for the family, Benjamin Crump. He tweeted to say that Jacob Blake's 3 sons were in that SUV when he was shot, and they saw him be shot. He used the hashtag there, Justice for Jacob Blake. Crump has represented the families of George Floyd, of Breonna Taylor, so he is now taking up the case on behalf of Jacob Blake and his family as well. So expect to hear more from all sides on this. Heather, we're starting to see some political reaction as well, as Blake remains in hospital in a serious condition this morning.
And as you referenced, 3 months since the killing of George Floyd, the issues again before us. Thank you very much, Laura McQuillan.